Well, hello and welcome and hello to another exciting episode of Un Poco Mas. My name is DannyDealz on behalf of executive producer Hurricane Lopez and supervising producer Stock Karen. We would like to say hello and welcome and hello. As you can see, guys, we're talking about the SoFi stock ticker symbol SOFI. Toper time check is 9:13 a.m. out in Los Angeles. It is June 22nd, 2023. We're almost 3 hours into the trading day. Lunchtime out in NYC on the East Coast. Hope it's a great day wherever you find yourself in our beautiful planet today. Guys, the SoFi stock, let me just get right into it. Want to bring you an update on a couple of fronts. Guys, the false media narrative is out there. It's that SoFi is overvalued, it's too hot, the stock just doubled. Guys, the fact is the stock has pulled back like almost 20% off the high of 1020. It came back, tested $8 in that $8.20 range. um, I explained to you the other day, guys, why the SoFi stock would find support here at $8.12 was where I was pegging it based on this support level here and several other factors, guys. I do, believe it or not, I do a lot of math, and I spend a lot of time figuring this stuff out. And more often than not, I'm absolutely right. No, that's probably not true. But anyway, guys, I explained why we should see consolidation between 812 and 891, and lo and behold, that's exactly what's happening. If you look at this trend line here, in aqua, in seafoam green, whatever color that is, you guys are going to see that this bisects sort of this level where we bottomed out at $8.21. Tests the line once, tests it twice, tests it three times, breaks down below, guys. We're retesting that support level, $8.12. Of course, we never get there, but they're trying to stop out. They were stopping out chowder heads at 8:40 that morning. They sell the stock off every morning, guys. It's no big trick. Boom, boom, boom. They do it every single day. But guys, today we came up and we retested this line. It flipped basically from support to resistance. We've retested it once today, and we've retested it twice today. We've bounced off both times, guys. I think we're going to break down this line, and we're going to break down $8.91, but we're going to do it trading a little bit sideways along this here trend line. You guys can see, if you go back, this line picks up where the stock basically broke out, and then it is, it's basically picking up this rally where it should have been. It did get a little too hot, just punching up over $10 there immediately. Let's face it, guys, we were just bound by a range of $4.50 to $8. So you don't expect the stock just to punch up and hold over $10 immediately, when you haven't seen a lot of buying pressure until you get down in the fours. So you can't expect people, you have to expect people are going to take some profits, and you have to expect, that the swing traders are going to take those huge profits and stuff. So you can't get bitter about this stuff, guys. You got to wait. You got to let things shake out. You got to let things consolidate. You got to let buyers and sellers figure out where things are. And then if you feel there's a good entry point down there, say at 820, buy a few shares if you want to, but don't get too excited, guys. Stocks go up and down. Stocks don't just go to the moon. This stock's not going to run back to $25 again immediately. There's a lot of data, there's a lot of numbers. This is not, the next like cure for cancer, or the next Tesla EV stock where it's just going to make, go to the moon. Like, guys, this is a financial company. The numbers are predictable. The growth they're predicting is outstanding, but it's predictable. They're not just going to like triple their sales overnight based on some technological breakthrough. This is going to be a steady, impressive growth rate that is consistent, that is sustainable, guys. That's the thing. Like, you see companies like, I know some of the other fintechs like a firm or something, they grow extremely rapidly when you have this booming free money COVID economy. And then when you get a reality check and, interest rates go up and the economy gets tighter and there's no more free money and people are saddled with a bunch of debt and they see, they can't, pull money out of their house anymore. They can't, flip houses up anymore. It's just there's so much money, all the free credit, all the free and cheap money has been pulled out of the economy. And this is where you see kind of what a company is actually made of. And SoFi has continued to excel, beat expectations, grow the top line, get closer to profitability quarter after quarter after quarter. And the media creates, I would say, again, a completely false narrative. Guys, if you look, not too much going on at Seeking Alpha today, but tip ranks, which I love. And again, guys, nobody pays me. I don't have any referral bonuses. I pay full boat for all these sites. I love tip ranks. Also, Ortex, Seeking Alpha. Those are my three favorite sites to get information from. I pay for all of them, and I would recommend if you guys are serious about investing and doing due diligence, I would highly recommend those three sites. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again, that's not a paid ad or anything. That's just my opinion. I get nothing if you go there. I don't have a link, so how would I get anything? So anyway, guys, I'm never selling you anything here on YouTube or anywhere else. No Patreon. I'm just not doing that, guys. I invest anyway. I'm not trying to do media for a living, but I certainly do enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching. But if you look at tip ranks, they refer you to a couple of investor place articles. When should you buy SoFi stock? Here's the magic number. This was yesterday by David Modell. You may know him. He writes all over the web. Pretty well known guy. I think Motley Fool, a bunch of different places. But three separate downgrades. So here's the narrative, guys. The three separate downgrades. Every single time you hear about the three downgrades, they never mention the fact that they increased price targets, guys. So Bank of America, for instance, who everybody, three downgrades. Here it goes, guys. First, Piper Sandler. They actually upped their price target, I think, from 650 to 8. Oppenheimer, I believe, did reduce their price target from 9 to 8, if I'm not mistaken. He said the stock's worth 9, but he put an $8 price target on it because he felt it went too far, too fast. It got too hot. He's basically openly saying he's trying to control the actual price action of the stock rather than put the number on it that he thinks the stock is worth. He's like, I might increase, but it's ridiculous, guys. And then Bank of America global research analyst Mahir Bhatia downgraded the stock from buy to neutral. We agree the payment moratorium is positive. Now we see positive fundamental aspects of the story largely priced in. But guys, his price target went from 950 to 10. Um, so when you actually look at it, he actually upgraded his price target, guys. Right here, and he's a good analyst, guys. He's a really good analyst, very very respected. He does this sector like it's no joke. I think he's making. But guys, if you're at 850, what's 10? That's like 17% upside from here. So they're saying that the articles make it look like Bank of America is now bearish on the SoFi stock when in fact their call has over 15% upside in it, and really that's a buy. I mean, the stock went to 10, everybody freaked out. They're like, we got to stop the SoFi stock. It's at 10, and the notion that SoFi is overvalued at 10 is just stupid, guys. The whole narrative they're talking about is, oh my God, the stock doubled. Um, Guys, the stock was at 6, marching up before a good earnings report that was a solid beat on the top and bottom line, represented excellent growth in an extremely challenging environment, and a pre-planned short attack with the aid of the Chia Pet at Wedbush leading the charge for the shorts with his multiple horseshit downgrades on absolute bullshit, completely false, fraudulent, made up. In my opinion, I can't prove illegal coordination. I'm just asking you to look at the logic and the timing. I hope the FBI and the SEC are looking into it, but I know they're not because they don't give a shit about us retail investors who many of you got skinned in that short attack. Particularly if you're dumb enough to put stop losses on this thing in big round numbers. But anyway, guys, I digress. I'm not bitter. I'm not living in the past. But anyway, so they crashed the stock to 450 with this short attack, but then they're acting like, okay, now that went to 9, that's doubling. Guys, the 450 was an artificial low. None of these analysts were wetting their pants over that and going, "Oh my god, SoFi's fair value is, 9 or 10 and the stock's at 450. It's less than half of its fair value." You didn't hear Bank of America, pounding on the table about the SoFi stock then. It's just they everything in the financial media, the FUD media, the Duff media is there to kill the SoFi stock, guys, but the market, the turd army, is just not buying it. Look at this other article over on Investor Place. You'd think this was old Louis Navalier, but it's not. It's some other jabroni. High risk bubble stocks. This is their list of 7 stocks to sell immediately. The clearest reason to sell SoFi Technology is simply that it's gotten too hot too quickly. Don't forget that the freaking SPAC IPO price was $10 several years ago, and you've had incredible execution and growth for years, and now the stock is, 15% less than it was at the damn offering, and they're calling it overvalued, guys. Okay, what is going on here? What is this narrative? I mean, stocks like CrowdStrike and Palantir, they can trade at these insane multiples. Um, there's many other stocks like that, but they just put like AI, machine learning. They put these labels on it. SoFi has Galileo, which is an incredible software company that will eventually have those same incredible gross margins you see at CrowdStrike and Palantir, but nobody prices that in. Nobody goes, "Oh, all that's baked in." Nothing's baked in. Nothing. Nothing is baked in. At best, it's par baked, or I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, guys. It is a Thursday morning. It's 9:25. I have had 9:25 a.m. out here in Los Angeles. That's a Toper time check. Toper time check 9:25, sponsored by Princess J and Cutes. Toper time check 9:25 a.m. on June 22nd, guys. So nothing's baked in. Anyway, they say the debt ceiling is a clear positive for SoFi. All these guys, they list the bullish arguments and then they just go, "But it's too hot. I don't want to touch it. It's just radioactive. It's too hot for me. I love the stock. I absolutely love it. Jazz hands, but it's too hot. It's too hot, guys. Don't buy. It's too hot." Share price is basically doubled due to discussions of the student loans coming back. Investors should simply capture their profit, but that's not really why I'm bearish on the SoFi stock. I believe that SoFi now suffers from the real risk that the restart of payments won't be as strong as analysts believe. There's a very real risk that strained student loan holders will default in record numbers in the coming months. They were already defaulting in record numbers prior to the pause. They have less money now. Again, these guys ignore all the facts that just because student loan borrowers are defaulting does not mean that the SoFi student loan borrowers will default. They don't take everybody. Remember, LaPointe at Morgan Stanley just talked about, okay, there's over 600 billion worth of student loans that are underwritten at an interest rate that makes sense for people to refi, but there's only 200 billion in our credit box. In our credit box. Guys, the credit box. That's what the media consistently ignores. They're like, the overall market is the same as SoFi's loan portfolio. No, negative. No, SoFi's loan portfolio is so solid. They're overall the personal loans and the student loans are going to be the same way. I know they don't have the same criteria for student loans, but student loans aren't dischargeable through bankruptcy. And I understand you'll still have to write off bad loans, but I don't think SoFi borrowers with good credit, good jobs are just going to start defaulting on their student loans in massive numbers. I haven't seen any evidence of that, and they never put statistics to back this up as it actually pertains to SoFi. It's always just rumors, innuendos, and things left unsaid. Guys, the narrative is that insiders are selling. Guys, institutions are buying the SoFi stock. Look at these ads and then look at the sales. The Vanguard Group has 70 million shares. They added 1 point. SoftBank still has, I guess, 45 million. BlackRock holding 36 million, just added 170,000 shares. Silver Lake holding 30 million. Chamath still has his shares. The Qatar Investment Authority holding 20 million shares. State Street just added 720,000 shares, holding 12 million. Geode Capital just added 500,000 shares, holding 12 million. Norges Bank holding 10 million. So this goes on and on, guys. Susquehanna just unloaded a million shares, but they still have 7 million. So Miller unloaded a few, but guys, look at this last quarter, guys. You have two sales and like 10 buys. J.P. Morgan Chase unloaded 27,000 shares, but guys, they still have 3.3 million. So, not insiders, but institutions are much more important than insiders, guys. And institutions are buying the SoFi stock. They're buying the SoFi stock, guys. And shorts today are covering just as fast as they can, guys. Return shares 11 million, borrowed shares 1.3, net borrowed change 9.5 million shares, guys. So the shorts are giving up, institutions are coming in. That signifies a flip. The chart is telling me that the rally is not over, that the stock is still going to go up through, consolidate a bit, go back up through 891, and go back up through that high we made at 1020. And we'll probably peter out sometime just a little bit before the 1404 mark. I don't know how long that's going to take. It could take a matter of a few months until we actually get that net profit. But guys, one thing is certain in my mind anyway. The folks that are saying, hey, I'm just going to buy back at like 4 and 5 once we get to a recession, those folks are delusional, guys. The net profit is coming. The institutions know it. The shorts know it. You don't have to admit it, but you have to accept it, as a great pro wrestler once said. Guys, let's take a look at this absolutely useless Zach's article, just because it's there and it's Zach's, and everybody loves to make fun of Zach's. But this is Thursday, June 22nd. Inside the article, SoFi is one of the most watched stocks. Basically, they go through the earnings revision. I'll just kind of cut to the chase because I already read this. But the earnings revisions have been up. They've had very solid beats. They're indicating 25 and 19% changes to the top line growth. Reported, so they just basically go through the valuation, and they rank of a Zach score of 3, which is a hold, even though basically they're saying SoFi is trading at a huge premium to its peers, but it's also growing, guys. It's growing the top line and it's growing the bottom line toward profitability, while a lot of the other fintech stocks have been going the other way. Their sales have been going down and their losses have been widening. So the reason SoFi is going up, in relation to its peers, is that it's a better company with better management and a better business model, and it's a long-term hold, where those other stocks are complete garbage, lending money to people who can't afford to pay it back and can't afford the things that are buying. As I always say, people living in trailer parks with leaky roofs who are buying Peloton bikes and Teslas on credit that they cannot afford, guys. They just can't afford it. A last check of the SoFi stock, guys. Today we've traded only 15 million shares, guys, so volume is very moderate. Stock is flat on the day at $8.64, but the chart looks extremely strong. It did that patented SoFi sell-off there in the first 45 minutes, or excuse me, the first hour of trading, got all the way down to $8.36. And we've come up off that low considerably, almost 30 cents, made a high of the day here at $8.68. And I believe the buying pressure has resumed. We're just going to go back through that level. Remember, guys, shorts have returned like 9 million net shares today, and the volume's only 6 million. So anything there's not any sellers inside of the stock, and the buying pressure, I think, is largely coming from shorts covering. So the whole pressure, the whole volume has sort of fallen out of the stock. I don't really think that's a bad thing. So I think a lot of that was artificial. A lot of traders, a lot of shorts in there. They're just everybody's sort of letting go of the stock, and I think it'll kind of go back to its fundamental merits, which I think my target price on the stock, for the 1 year mark is $13.75. I do believe the stock is still undervalued at this point. I believe it's worth at least that $10.20 right now. There's just too many good things on the horizon for the stock. There's just really nothing negative. They're growing deposits. Direct deposits have been just exceeding expectations by far from management's models. Shorts are giving up, institutions are buying. I know that insiders did sell some stock. That's another piece of the FUD narrative that's been bandied about. But if you actually look at those transactions, they're selling at the tops, and insiders have been buying the dips. And the people who are selling shares have held on to the vast majority of their positions. There's no arguing that some insiders have sold some of their positions, but it's not like they're dumping everything or anything like that. They're selling a relatively small portion of their position just for their own financial needs. So don't really see that as a red flag at all. I really like to see all of these institutions actually buying in. So in any case, guys, you can judge for yourself. Like, do you trust Vanguard? These guys are adding over 1 million shares, have 70 million. Look down the list, guys. I mean, the narrative that institutions hate SoFi, it's only their competitors who try to bring them down, guys. It's not the rest of the rest of the investment community sees the writing on the wall and they are buying SoFi. As am I. Guys, that's the SoFi stock, ticker symbol SOFI. My name is DannyDealz, for executive producer Hurricane Lopez and supervising producer Stock Karen. We don't really have any complaints for the manager. We don't need to see your manager today because the SoFi stock is basically behaving pretty much how I thought it would. I basically drew this channel the other day, said it's going to consolidate inside of this channel, and that's what we see. I love to see these retests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retests every time. Buying pressure comes in heavily. Basically, that's a lot of covering, and there's just not a lot of sellers in the stock at this level. Everybody talking about the stock crashing down to 5 or whatever. I think you're on drugs. But that's just me, guys. SoFi stock looking very, very strong today. Nasdaq is up. I think we are going to close green today. I'm always wrong. I guessed right a couple times. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's right now." I'm always wrong again, like usual. So I'm gonna say the stock. Let me go out on a limb. I'm never bullish. I'm never one to make a bold, bullish, stupid prediction, but I'm going to say the stock closes today at $8.77. 877. That's my prediction. Write it down so tomorrow you can tell me what a big idiot I am. I welcome it. Guys, down in the comments, let me know what you want to hear about the SoFi stock. Let me know about any other stocks you'd like to see me cover. I actually follow about 300 stocks very closely and have almost that many idiotic stocks in my portfolio. Guys, I love the SoFi stock. Haven't sold any shares, didn't sell any shares at the top, maybe foolishly, but I am a long-term SoFi bull, long-term SoFi investor, and I want to sell my shares, more like 50 bucks, 100 bucks. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting blitzed by pop-up ads here. That signifies it's time to get the hell out of this video. I've already gone on way too long, as per usual. Every time I say I'm going to make a brief video, then I go on for about 6 or 7 hours, like I'm Moses or something. Guys, it's the SoFi stock. It's a Topper time check, 9:37 a.m. It's June 22nd, 2023. We're up 2 cents on the day. The chart is looking very, very bullish. We're about to get a little bit more predictability because volume is coming back down to earth, but covering, and I think institutions are going to come into the stock knowing that in the next quarter or two, we're looking at a gap net profit, and that gap net profit will only increase over time, again, due to superior management and superior business model. The stock isn't getting too hot, guys. Might have been getting a little hot there when it pushed up over 10, but I don't believe it's too hot here in the mid eights, guys. It's just right. It's tepid. It's tepid. It's not really warm. It's tepid. It's just tepid. Guys, on that tepid note, I want to thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again real soon. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Hopefully, you have some exciting plans coming up for the weekend, something other than obsessing over your stocks. Like, ah! Get out there, guys. Get outside. Get some fresh air. It's good for you. I'm trying to eat my beard right now. It really doesn't taste good. It tastes like coffee. Anyway, guys, that's a SoFi stock. I'll talk at you later. I'm DannyDealz.